Hello, good evening. This is Captain Stitches, and I'm Jean. Welcome. This is my week in review and mail haul. So come on into the cottage, sit for a spell while I share with you what I have worked on this past week in the stitching cottage. And there is Whip. We're just going to ignore him. Hopefully he'll lay down. There's not room for him to get in here. But one of the things that I worked on this past week again was getting all of the half square triangles using the thangles done for all of the blocks for the Milky Way quilt that I am doing. So I was able to get all of these done. The others are hiding in that one someplace there. And and those, but got all of I think I have two more blocks left to do and of the half square triangles, and then I will be all ready to start assembling the blocks so I can put that quilt together. I think we'll set that over here. One of the other things that I worked on, hadn't planned on, you go looking for something and you always find things you forgot you had while you're looking for that other thing and probably don't end up finding the thing that you were looking for. But anyway, I came across a container that I have a bunch of pincushion patterns in and some kits also. And one of them was, he's going to see to it he gets up here one way or another, isn't he? But was this cute pattern that I've had made out of wool for this pincushion that is a sunflower, and it is on a wooden spool that would be for as a candle holder. So that is a pin cushion that I got the kit all put together and made that this week, which I do collect pin cushions. So now I have another one to add to my collection. One of the other things that I worked on, and see if we can bring this up in here, is in my Facebook group that I have. And that goes along with my YouTube channel, which is Captain Stitches and Friends. And the link for that is always in the description box below. But I did put out a challenge to make something using yo-yos. So this is a lamp that I have. I'm going to change the color of the base on it, but I am covering the lampshade with yo-yos, which those are just clipped on there now and pinned until I get them all done and arranged the way that I want them. But I am arranging them so that they will end up going down in a swirl in the rows of the colors going around the lampshade. So I worked on that and got quite a bit done. Those are quite a few yo-yos on there. And I do use the Clover yo-yo makers. As you know, I have a few videos using that if you go back far enough, which I'll probably put it in the link for it in the description box below. But for I have one showing exactly how to use the Clover yo-yo makers to make yo-yos, and they come in multiple sizes. This is the large that I am using for the lampshade, but it comes in from extra small to jumbo. I think there are 5 or 6 different sizes in there. So then the other, of course, that I worked on, not as much as I would have liked to, but did get some work done on, is you see laying here is the denim jacket that I'm doing in slow stitch and embroidery. I got just a little bit more, not much done on whip on this. And then the other part that I worked on was the flowers that are going around the border of the bottom on here, trying to get all of the stems at least done on all of them, and then working on some of the actual flowers themselves. But yeah, little by little, slowly, as in slow stitching, it is getting more and more done and closer to completion, but that's still going to take just a little while. But we will move that out of the way. And I think, except for rearranging, as you can tell, my desks Well, this is actually my sewing cabinet and goes on the other side there also. And then I have a table set up beside here, one of the ones that electrically raises and lowers that I use. So, but I did rearrange that into a different way that hopefully is going to give me a little bit more use for what I better use in the way that I use it on a daily basis. But Whip, are you wanting to be in the video? Are you a work in progress and something I'm working on this week also? I think so, but you need to get down, buddy. Get down. Go lay down, please. So now it comes to time for our mail haul. And one of the main things that I got is this kit. It is the Arabella quilt. I'm sure some of you have seen it. It gets advertised quite a bit on Facebook, but it is a block of the month kit that you actually receive all at once and just work on it on your own timeline. And so it's everything is in this. Yes, it looks like isn't that cute? It's designed like a shopping bag, but it is actually a box. And I'm going to show you some of what is in here in just a little bit. But yes, Whip, we know you are here. Can you please go lay down? Mommy's busy. Go lay down. I'll spend time with you later. Always got to make his appearance. But I really love the way that they package this because you just flip this. It's got a little magnetic closure there, but that just opens up, flips out of the way, and everything is in this box for the entire quilt. And it has. This is the actual quilt itself. It's a little hard to see there, but it has a lot of English paper piecing on it. Don't hold that with my other hand, sorry. English paper piecing on it, embroidery and piecework. But that is that. And we'll see if where did I put that? I'll turn the other camera on here and hopefully you will be able to see that a little better while I show you this. So give me just a minute here and we'll try and make it so you can see that better. Which now if I move it, what am I stuck on? My phone. Okay. So I will zoom in on that so you can see that a little better, hopefully. But there, that should give you a little better look at it. I don't know if I'm holding it upside down for you now, but that should give you a little better view of the quilt. But and everything that is in here, which there of course are all the instructions for it, but in here are all the pieces that are for the English paper piecing and everything. So I'm not going to open those up. I'll set this off to the side and show you a little bit more that is in the kit. We have all of the floss that goes along with it. This is the printed panel that has all of the embroidery sections on it. We'll just see if we can flip that up so you get an idea. I'm not going to open it all the way, but on that is all of the doesn't want to open too nicely for you, does it? But it's got all of the embroidery pre-printed on the panels. There's smaller ones also on there. A lot of floral ones. You can see there if I would go the right direction. There you are, but we'll set that aside for right now. And then all of the fabrics that you can see are in here, which there are a lot of fabrics. See if we can flip some of these. Yeah, there's not an easy way to flip those. So we'll just flip through some of these so you can see all of the different colors that are in there. And these are Liberty fabrics, as I said. This one actually has a gold metallic sheen to it. But that's just the repeat of those. And then there are all of these, which I think that's just two different pinks in the same fabric there that is used in it. Then we have all of these, which if we turn this way, should be able to flip so you can see the different ones in there. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful green there with all those flowers on it? But some really beautiful fabrics in here. That's kind of got going through a park or whatever, but those are, I think that's the last one. Yes. So those are some of the fabrics that also go in there. And then we have these, which I'm just going to open that a bit so you can see the other color that is in there. There's just, okay, go this way to get to the other one. And you can see all three in the colorway there. There's a lot of fabric in that one. And then we have these additional ones here. And we should be able to flip those by the fold. So you can get an idea of all the colors, all the fabrics that are in this kit. A lot of fabric. And that should be it on those. Okay. You probably won't get the box back closed here the way I'm doing this. And then this white down here is all the white background that is used in there. I think I'm getting something not laid right in there. I know it's not going to close right if I don't get that a little better, but we'll try and get it as best I can so that it all closes back up. To get that put away. There we go. All fitting back nicely inside there again until I am ready to spend the time reading those directions and really get on that. Okay. Whoa. We did not get that closed. And I'm going to reach back here and I have really liked, this is a new one. We will show you in just a minute. I have really enjoyed my cordless iron. So I did want to get one that is a little bit, okay, there we go. A little bit heavier and a little bit more power. So I ordered this Panasonic one, which is very similar to the one that I had. It's in red and black. Cordless, just take it off the thing. It also is, the cord is in here and it is retractable on this one. And the nice feature that I like about this is if you look at the bottom of the iron, whip is pushing on my arm, I'm sorry. You see that it is multi-directional. It has the point on both ends. So you can iron any way that you want. And so that is one really nice feature in it. And the other thing I like about it is 2,400 watts instead of the 1,500 watts that my other one was. So a lot more power, gets a lot hotter and stays hotter longer. And the next thing that we have that I got is I saw these binding tools being used. And yes, I have two of them because I wanted to see, it appeared that there was no difference in them. And but there was a difference in the price. So I was very curious to see why the difference in the price and compare them just for kind of a review, which this one is by Honey So, and it was the more expensive one. And the first thing you may notice is this one, the more expensive one, comes with no instructions whatsoever on how to use it. There are there are none included in this one. I don't know if that is a mistake, they left it out or what, but there are no instructions for how to use it. But it is very nice that it has all the different widths for the binding. It has pins in it. It has the adapter for your sewing, oops, sorry, for your sewing machine so that you can put the binding on by sewing machine. It just slides right through there. It has a little awl and it has four of the little clips to use. So then when we open the other one, which if it didn't have that little heart on there, you would think it is exactly the same when you open it up because it appears to be exactly the same. But it does have directions and it has the binding, different size bindings as well. Has also the adapter with the foot for your sewing machine. Has the pins, a few more pins than what the other one does, and at least they're in something instead of loose. And it has the same awl, and then it has the clips. And you see it's all arranged the same. So why one is more expensive than the other, I really do not know. But we will see if there's anything difference in the feet when I use them. But the cheaper one has the instructions on how to use everything. The more expensive one does not. So that is one of the only difference that I really see in it. And then to show the next stuff, I need to show the book that I got, which okay, Teresa Louise, if you watch this, this is a purchase that I got um, from watching her this week. And I think I'm going to switch back over to the other regular camera for the rest of this. Oopsie. Video's off. Click the right thing, Jean. Sorry about that. There we are. Click the wrong button. But she was working on a collage quilt again, and it is by Emily Taylor, the pattern that she was doing. So I went and I got Emily Taylor's book. I believe it is similar, at least, to one that Teresa Louise, I Quilt Too, is her channel, has, because it has the pink teapot on that she showed. That was a little project that she did from it. And it also has the coffee cups in it, but a lot of great information. And I knew that I was going to be wanting to use it soon. So I got some of the things that are suggested that you need, which is the Steam Seam 2. And I went and got the multi-pack on that. And it's the double stick fusible web. And she also uses Eileen's tacky glue, which it was cheaper to buy the 3-pack than it was to buy one individual. So I got that. And I have plenty of scissors, and I do have the Karen K. Buckley scissors, but I use it already for something else. So I got these ones so they can be dedicated just to the collage patterns. So that is one of the other things that I got. And then let's see what is still remaining back here. Okay, there is. Oops. Oh, 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 oh. I'm sorry. That hurt just a little bit. But um I am familiar with Crabapple Hill. I'm sure a lot of you are. And they are designs by Meg Hockley. And I am still working on her Over the River and Through the Woods, which is one of her older ones from a few years back. But there is the camping theme one that I just love because it's also in my colors. And she is retiring, so her patterns are no longer available. She's done a clearance on them, but I was able to go on Etsy and get the girls getaway. And I was able to get all, I believe there are six of them, all six of them that go in this quilt. They're all tied together. Sorry, love that one. The glamping tent for the girls getaway. And then it has the bicycles. It has some tags that go around in the border. And I believe this is, oops, we got one. Got one folded up in there. That is the actual quilt and the way that they are all put together. Get that glare off there for you. But yeah, so there, I was going to say, there's the truck. Where is the truck? It's just not showing up on there, but it it is it is there. Just can't see it on the front of there. So, and I am going to be working on that with another friend. I think in April is when we are going to start working on that. And this is just I think there's 20 yards of that pink lace that is in here that I got. I use a lot of lace in my slow stitching projects. So that is the other purchase that I got. And then one more that I kept looking at these. Okay, I'm trying to find an easy way to put this down and I can't. So we'll do it that way. Okay. I have been looking at these for quite a while and keep telling myself, no, I don't need it. But there have been three of my friends that have recently got them and have showed them off. And when you see it in person instead of the pictures, it is a lot larger than what I thought it was. So it really is a great buy, but it is an organization bag tote. And I decided to get the blue with the pink flowers for the colorway on mine. And it, first of all, starts off with this little zipper pocket in the front. We'll show you that. And then when you unzip it, which it zips all the way around, and you go inside, you first have a very large pocket right here on the top. And then it has 5 different sections, and some of them repeat, but I'm going to show you those in a minute. Oops, one more. Pick that up. Maybe there's more than I thought. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actually. But so then this one has the 2 large long pockets, and there's a little narrow one right there for you to put stuff in. And then you flip that up and it's got the 3 zippered ones there and a large zippered one down here. And then it has the 2 longer zipper ones, and then it just starts repeating and has the big one there again and goes to the same and repeats the same thing. But yes, lots of room to put projects in. And if you were going on a retreat or a girls trip or something, or just a great way to keep some of the projects that you are currently working on in there, it is really awesome and will take a lot of clutter and keep it all in one spot, and you will know exactly where it is. So it really is a great buy, and I'm sure I am going to get a lot of use out of that. And I do believe, oops, we forgot to put this panel back in there, and of course it's not folded correctly at all. From undoing that, I will have to refold that after we finish this, because that's going to take, of course, as I keep folding it because it's bugging me. But I know that some of the rest of that's not quite in there correctly either, so I will redo that and repackage that. But that is everything that I got in the mail and everything that I worked on this week. It was a little bit of a short week for me. I took some time off, some much needed time to just rest a little bit and not do quite as much. But thank you for joining me for my week in review. Until next time, remember, I can keep you in stitches. Bye bye, everyone.